Have you ever replayed a conversation long after it ended? Something you said, something you didn't say, a moment you wish had gone differently. The replay doesn't arrive all at once. It comes back in pieces. A sentence, a reaction, a shift in tone you didn't notice at the time. Even when the conversation is over, even when there's nothing left to add, the moment keeps returning. And normally it comes when you're not asking for it. What makes these moments strange isn't just that they replay, it's that they replay accurately. You remember details you didn't know mattered, the exact phrasing, the pause before someone answered. And the mind starts asking questions the conversation itself never answered. Did I misread that? Was there something underneath what they said? Did they mean more or less than I heard? What you're experiencing isn't overthinking. It's not weakness. It's something far more mechanical than that. The brain doesn't treat every moment equally. Some moments are stored, some are discarded, and some are flagged, not as memories, but problems still waiting to be solved. Why most conversations disappear. Most conversations pass through the mind and disappear. You don't replay ordering coffee. You don't revisit routine exchanges. You don't analyze neutral interactions. Those moments resolve themselves naturally. They follow familiar patterns. They end clearly. Nothing about them feels uncertain. But some conversations don't dissolve that way. They linger. They resurface. They replay with detail, tone, timing, expression. This difference isn't emotional at first. It's structural. When a moment ends without clarity, the brain doesn't file it away. It keeps it open. Not because the moment was dramatic, but because it didn't make sense yet. The brain is always collecting information to help it navigate future situations. When it can't understand an outcome, it treats that moment as unfinished, like a mental file that never fully closed. The brain's need for patterns. The brain relies heavily on patterns. Patterns reduce uncertainty. They help the brain anticipate what comes next. They lower the need for constant alertness, and every interaction feeds into this system. Who reacts positively? Who reacts negatively? What leads to tension? What leads to ease? When a conversation ends cleanly, the pattern updates easily. But when it ends ambiguously, the brain doesn't know what to record. There's no clear lesson, no clear cause and effect, no clear signal for the future. So the brain returns to the moment, not to relive it emotionally, but to study it informationally. It replays what was said, what wasn't said, where the shift happened. From the brain's perspective, this is preparation. It's trying to reduce future uncertainty by learning more from the past. Why it returns in stillness. These replays tend to surface when life becomes quiet. Not when you're busy, not when attention is pulled outward, but when things slow down. During activity, the brain prioritizes the present, movement, tasks, decisions. But when external demands drop, internal systems come back online. The brain reviews open loops, not as rumination, but as maintenance. This is why the replay shows up when you're trying to sleep, or maybe when you're in the shower, or during a quiet drive. Stillness doesn't create the replay. It simply removes the distractions that were keeping it suppressed. Why just let it go fails. People often say, just let it go, as if the brain responds to instruction. But the brain doesn't release information because it's told to. It releases information when it understands it, when the pattern makes sense, when uncertainty resolves, when the moment feels complete. Until then, the replay continues, not as punishment, not as self-criticism, but as protection. The brain is quietly asking, what happened here? What changed? What should I look out for next time? And until those questions feel answered, the loop remains active. Why it feels personal. Because the replay carries emotion, it often feels personal. Maybe it's embarrassing, regretful, self-critical. But the brain isn't replaying the moment because it defines who you are. It's replaying it because it disrupted expectation. Something didn't unfold the way it anticipated. And when expectations break, the brain wants clarity. That distinction matters because it reframes the experience from a flaw in identity to a function of learning. The mind experiences these replays emotionally, as discomfort, as regret, as the feeling that something should have gone differently. The brain experiences the same moment differently. It sees an unfinished pattern, a situation that didn't resolve clearly, information that still needs to be understood. So while the mind feels stuck in the past, the brain is oriented toward the future. Not to relive what happened, but to reduce uncertainty before something similar happens again. This is where the mind and brain often misunderstand each other. One carries the emotional weight of the moment. The other is quietly trying to protect what comes next. When you understand this difference, the replay loses some of its power. You stop fighting it emotionally, and instead, you start listening to what it's trying to resolve. That's the tension between experience and function, between feeling and preparation, between mind and brain.